Hey, how's it going? Today is day 35 of my 100-day inspiration challenge. And today I want to talk about fueling your soul. So I'm going to be super candid and honest and share what has been going on with me in the last day. So last night was really hard. It was a really hard night for me. As some of you know, I am going through the ups and downs of grieving the loss of my mom. And last night, I really wanted to call my mom. I wanted to call my mom and I wanted to talk to her about something that I felt like I could only talk to her about. It was something that I felt like I wanted to just be myself without any of the BS, and I just wanted her advice. And it sucked. It was really sad to, have that realization that I can't call my mom. And so that was really hard for me, and I had a little bit of a breakdown. And I was able to, talk to my fiance and work through some things. But this morning I woke up and I was still feeling a little bit off, and I was still feeling really down, and I was feeling really sad. And, last night before I went to bed, I had planned out my whole day as I like to do. So I like to plan my day ahead of time so that way I'm not trying to make excuses for what I need to do next, so that I have it written down. Okay, this is what I'm going to do next. So I had my whole day written down, starting with waking up early. Well, my alarm went off, I hit end, and then I went back to sleep. And then I finally did wake up, and I just didn't want to get out of bed. I was really feeling it. And I think a lot of times for me, I've noticed that when I go through something hard, the night before or the day before, I kind of feel like the after effects the next day. It's kind of like going through surgery. The day of, it is hard, but then the recovery time happens the next day. And so I was feeling those lingering effects. And I had the decision, okay, I am aware of the fact that I don't feel good right now. So I can either try and push through this and be disciplined in all of the things that I said that I was going to do today, or I can forget about those things that I said I was going to do, and I can focus on feeding my soul, and I can listen to my intuition, and I can listen to what my heart needs. And so that is exactly what I did. And it's kind of funny how it worked out. So my thing that I was like, okay, I'm going to take action. I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to do something that makes me happy. And what that came as this morning was, I'm going to get myself a smoothie. A smoothie sounds so good. I never have them. And so I was really excited about this smoothie. And so I left the house and I was excited about that. I had a couple errands that I was like, maybe I'll do these other errands. So I went and got the smoothie, and I had it, and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. And so then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to Walmart because we've got our engagement shoot coming up this week, and I'm going to get some of those like sticker nails that I've seen other people having. And I was like, I'm going to try those because those look really cool, and they've got a bunch of different cool designs. And so I looked online and it said that they had them. And so I went, and at Walmart, it was like shipment day. And so nothing was in stock. And so maybe they had them in boxes, but they didn't have them on the shelf. So I get there and they don't have anything. And so I'm like, well, geez, okay, I guess this doesn't have anything that I need either. So I'm going to go across the street. I'm going to go to Whole Foods because some soup sounds really good. At this point, I've been gone for an hour, hour and a half or so. And I hadn't eaten anything all day. So I just had the smoothie, and I was like, some soup sounds good. It's kind of chilly outside. I'm going to go to Whole Foods and get some soup. So I go to Whole Foods, and they don't have any soup. They were all out at that moment. And I asked her, and she was like, oh no, they're not going to be ready for quite a while. And so I was like, what the heck? And the funny thing is, as I was driving from place to place, I remember being like, man, the trees are so beautiful. I live in Atlanta and it's fall and the trees are changing. And I just kept thinking as I was driving, the trees are so beautiful. And so anyway, I brought my journal with me on this journey, this failed journey, because everything had turned out really lackluster and it wasn't really working out the way that I had hoped it would. And so as I was leaving Whole Foods, I was like, all right, I'm going to just look up a park. I'm going to look up the closest park. And so I found a park that was like 5 minutes up the road, and I parked my car and I got out. I took my journal with me, and this park ended up being like a really awesome space. It had a bunch of different trails. It had like soccer field. It had a playground. It had a lot of different things to offer. And so I started just exploring, and I brought my journal and I just sat down. There was a bench and I was surrounded by all of these trees and all of this nature. And I just poured my heart out and I started writing in my journal. And just by being in nature, I realized, man, this is what my soul needed. This is so beautiful. This is so inspiring. I needed this peace. I needed this rest. And by this point, I was done writing in my journal and I was like, I'm going to see what else this park has to offer, because there were a bunch of different trails at the park, and I saw some people going in different directions. And so I was like, I'm going to check out every different trail. And so I started getting excited and I started getting energized. And I don't know about you, but I love exploring. I think there is something so exciting about seeing something new for the first time. And while I like exploring with other people, I really like exploring by myself, because I get to just take things in and I can just be how I want to be without having to engage with another person. And so it was just so beautiful. There were so many different paths. There was like one path that had a field of yellow flowers. There was a stream that was trickling, and so I took some different paths that led close to the stream. There was one path that led to a cemetery. There was a path that led to a backyard. So it was funny too, because I thought of the thought that, it's not so much about the destination. I didn't care about getting to this person's backyard, but I saw so many beautiful things along the way. And it reminded me how important the journey is. And I was exploring for probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Honestly, I can't even tell you, because I was enjoying it so much. And I think there is something to that. Isn't it interesting when you are in a place of joy and peace, that time just seems to go by and you're not even paying attention to time. But when you're in a place of tension or discomfort, you'll look at the time and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I've been working out for like 5 minutes. It seems like I've been working out for at least 45 minutes. And I just want to reiterate and stress the importance of fueling your soul and listening to what your body needs, to what your heart needs. I think that we can all benefit from being in nature. I think that nature has so many amazing qualities that help all of us. I think that it soothes the soul, it helps the heart, and it rejuvenates just everything, the entire body. It's such a great experience. But if nature is not your thing, then that's okay. But listen to what your soul needs, because my soul was telling me that it needed some love, it needed some tenderness, and it needed just some peace and some focus. And my first inclination was, I need to get all of this work done, or feeling bad about myself for not getting all of this work done. But the interesting thing is, after I got done with everything, I felt so good that I was restored, I was re-energized, and then I wanted to do the work. So I just want to stress the point of listening to what your soul needs. It's okay to take a break. Yes, being disciplined is important, but the most important thing is checking in with yourself. If you're going to try and push yourself past feeling good or past feeling bad, then that is just avoiding what is going on underneath. And the best way to get to the other side is to deal with what's going on the other side, or is to deal with what's going on underneath. And for me, it was listening to my soul and my intuition about going outside and enjoying nature. Take the time to fuel your soul, because it will put you in a better place for the rest of your day. And don't feel bad about not working so much. Remember, I talked a couple days, one of the top regrets of people who are dying is, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. It's okay to take breaks. There's balance, right? You're gonna feel so much better, so much more inspired if you do the things that you know that your soul needs. If you pour into yourself, if you love yourself. And also, like I said, don't feel bad about it. If you say, it's okay, this is what my body needs, this is what my heart needs right now, that energy, it will pour out into the rest of your day. So remember to keep showing up for yourself regardless of where you are. Listen to your soul. If you show up for yourself every single day, there is nowhere that you can go but up. Feel the feels and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. If you would like some more inspiration and free resources, head over to my website, showuptogoup.com. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.